fucking good. Get some, baby. Get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. Come on. Get it. Come on. Get some. Get some. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you, mother.
Internet, what is up? We're back.
Hello.
I hope you enjoy our production antics. Anyway, I say, fuck it. Do we need to do an ad read this week? I don't feel like doing an ad read this week.
Plug peace of mind.
Oh, yeah. Peace of mind. Yes. So we had the privilege of getting invited to go to the grand opening of a local gun shop here in Salt Lake City. A new badass gun shop.
It's pretty sick.
It's sick. Peace of Mind Guns. Go check them out. They are POMG.com.
POMG.
Yeah, POMG.com. And then what are they on the gram? They're Peace of Mind, aren't they, on the gram?
Yep, Peace of Mind Guns.
On the gram? Okay, yeah. Go check them out. They're a fucking awesome gun shop. They carry all of the...
Noveski, Q, B&T.
Yep.
Staccato.
Mm-hmm.
Go be a hero.
Yeah, all the cool guy shit that we love. Yep. All the good brands and the good gear that we endorse and that we actually use, we have.
Yeah, everything is top line there.
Yeah, yeah. I would say the only products they carry that we don't yet have is the Q products. So.
I mean, we've shot a bunch of them.
I mean, we have. Yeah.
Well, mostly the fix for me.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want. I want to get a fix and.
I want a mega fix.
Yeah. I mean, yes. What do you think? What would you get at Chamberlain? 7 mil?
7 PRC mega fix.
Yeah. Okay. Well, excuse me. God, how rude of me to cough in everyone's ear. Yeah. So they are developing. Q's developing that right now.
I mean, they released it. They released a video of it, so people know it's happening. And I think it's undergoing testing right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead animal pictures on Q's website right now.
Old Kevin Brittenham's old KB's in Africa butchering animals.
Slaying shit with a mega fix.
Yeah, slaying shit.
Yeah.
Some of that I endorse, some of that I do not as a hunter. I don't agree with shooting fucking elephants unless we're doing like disease depredation. Like you've got diseased animals that are endangering the rest of the the herd. But I don't see a reason to kill an elephant. You're not going to fucking eat an elephant, so why are you killing it?
I don't think that one was posted. I think that was a private mention.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I strongly disagree with that. But I'm a hunter, and I do eat meat. And my policy is if I'm not going to eat it, I don't kill it.
No, and like Q doesn't just kill animals for the sake of killing animals. They work with a lot of camps to do depredation hunts.
Yeah, and I think they're also donating what they're not eating. They're donating to like the local tribes in the area, and so it's not going to.
It's not trophy hunting, people.
But yeah, there was rumors of killing elephants, which I strongly disagreed with. But that said, we had a great time. We had a great time at Peace of Mind Guns. Mason's awesome dude. Brett's awesome dude.
Yep.
And I even met Timothy, who's like their counter minion. He's like our version of TC.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a minion and hangs out and does the minion things.
Fixer.
Yeah. So he did a good job. All of them did a great job.
Yeah.
And who else did we met? We met Jordan. Jordan from Q.
Jordan from Q.
Great dude.
All the Noveski crew.
Yeah, Noveski crew was awesome. Jeff, Megan. Shout out to Jeff and Megan.
Yep.
They're awesome. Aimpoint Kate was there.
Yep.
Shout out to Aimpoint Kate. And thank you to Kate and Jeff. Noveski and Aimpoint bought us dinner.
And Silencer Co.
Oh, and Silencer Co. Yeah. And how
it was amazing. We knew the recipe.
How funny was it that we had Silencer Co. and Dead Air at the
same dinner table?
Same dinner table.
I mean, Lone Element will do that sometimes.
Yeah.
We just went around and we're like, hey, everyone's hungry, right? After this show opening?
Yeah.
We got a restaurant booked. We got a table. Do you want to join?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. And then people started
30 minutes after closing, tummies start grumbling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, where's dinner? Yeah, I'll go.
Yep.
Okay, we need a table for 6. Okay, we need a table for 8. Okay, we need a table for 12.
It ended up being 14 people, I think.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, yeah.
Thanks, Mason, for having a great show opening.
Yeah, it was
Congratulations on your success.
Yeah. I love modern-day gun shops that have, like, all the cool guns and gear that I love.
Yeah, everything's top tier.
Yeah, nothing's FUD.
Yeah.
Like
no Uncle Mike's.
Yep, no Uncle Mike's in there. You won't find
Palmetto State Armory.
Yeah, no Palmetto State Armory. You won't find Bushnell glass in the case. You won't find any sub-tier brands at all. They're all
Cloud Defensive, maybe.
They're all top-tier brands. I mean, yeah.
Just to talk shit.
Yeah. Just fuck them. There's a story behind it, but I'm not going to tell everybody.
But no, if you're looking for a bunch of cat suppressors that you can't get anywhere else right now, they
Yep.
have the entire Alley Cat line in stock. So
They do. Which is their law enforcement military grade cans. They sell everything to civilians, as you should, but unless it's a javelin missile. But
And they are different from the normal silencer shop.
right.
ODB, JL,
Yeah.
white bread.
Yes, there are performance characteristics that are differentiating from the Alley Cat line to the regular line that you just mentioned.
Yep.
The ODB, the Dirty Dave, all of those things. So, as a matter of fact, I don't even think it's called an Alley Cat 556, not a WB.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah, but it's an awesome can. They're just built more durable.
Some would say they're even better.
Some would say they're better.
Yeah.
Because you can beat the shit out of them and not worry about it.
And if you have more questions on that, you can actually go to the Peace of Mind Gun Shop website and text the shop.
Yeah, or you can.
There's a human on the other end that answers your question.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Not to be confused with an AI.
No.
Joe Rogan. I think they did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
They used Joe Rogan as like an AI on their YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love our homies at Cat. Their marketing is a little funky, and I think they need to grow the fuck up and maybe step into the next phase of their business and adjust their marketing model. But their products are fucking phenomenal. So yeah. Well, we love everybody. We had a great time. We're running cat cans on our guns, but we're at the table with Dead Air and having a great time with Dead Air. And as a matter of fact, we have.
I mean, to be fair, I have more Dead Air cans than cat cans right now.
You do, and they make a good can too.
Yeah.
Even though the cunts and the trolls on the internet will.
All the AI bots
Yeah.
just going after them.
Yeah, all the AI
So
bots trying
dumb.
to convince you that their cans are not great. It's a fallacy. So, but we have an exciting adventure with the Dead Air boys tomorrow.
Yeah, look out for next week's podcast,
Yeah, next week's podcast and YouTube.
hopefully.
No, fucker. There will be YouTube. You'll get your ass in the studio and edit that and get it done. Yes, we will have a YouTube video dropping, which is going to be our first one in a long while. The YouTube channel has been relatively inactive because of your work schedule and travel schedule, and my work schedule and travel schedule did not line up at all. As a matter of fact, this is the first time we've been able to sit down
A couple months.
in a couple months.
Yeah.
So, welcome back. You're back.
The people get what they want, maybe.
Yeah, the people. Soria and Jay will get what they demand. They constantly demand. Where's Kato? Why isn't Kato on the podcast? Well, he's busy, and we're 18,000 miles apart right now, so that's not going to happen. So yeah.
I am here,
Yeah.
though. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. So it was a great event. It was an awesome event,
Absolutely.
and we're looking forward to more with the Dead Air team tomorrow. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna do behind the scenes
Yeah, I'm excited.
of the Dead Air headquarters. We're going to do some product coverage on their new cans, which are the Lazarus and the 338. Or I'm sorry, it's a 338 can. but it's
Nomax
the
and
Nomax.
the 3D printed titanium Nomad. I think the XC line.
Yeah.
Because they're going after like backcountry hunting bolt gun ultralight titanium cans.
Yeah.
I'm
Is it-
excited. I want one.
Yeah, so do I. As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a relatively untapped market.
And they're great bolt gun cans.
I think, I'm liking where the suppressor industry is starting to proliferate. Like the technology in suppressors has come so far in the last 5 years.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 3D printing changed everything up.
Yeah, 3D printing changed the game for sure. And yeah,
And just consumer knowledge about it.
right. And they're no longer like this taboo assassin.
Yeah, like it used to be black magic if you
Yeah.
had one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoa.
Dude, you got
Those are legal? And you're
gotta
like, actually,
silence
yeah, in a lot of states they're legal.
Yeah.
Like 40 something, 48, 49 states.
Yeah. And I would say that the ATF finally got their head out of their ass and did something right for a change, which is expedite the process. So now, what are the
And silencer shop.
and silencer shops?
Just the way they've streamlined it for the public has driven millions of dollars worth of suppressor sales.
correct. Yeah, it's been great. And so now people are getting like, what did you get your last can in?
8 days.
Yeah,
I filed as an individual and I got it in 8 days.
as opposed to 8 months.
My first one was 368 days.
Yeah, so you were just over a year.
Yep.
Was that for your Surefire can?
That was for the Surefire and my first Dead Air.
Yeah, 368 days.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a year and 3 days.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have to wait that long.
No, so it was like a week for the transfer, right,
Mhm.
from FFL to FFL. And then it was a week for paperwork, so I had it in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
From when my process started to when it got approved.
Yeah, and just for clarity, I think the whole NFA system should be abolished and shouldn't exist. But it is nice if they're going to have that system. I think somebody at the fucking gay TF finally opened their eyes and were like, oh, the faster we process this,
The more $200 tax stamps
the
we can
more
collect.
tax stamps we can
Yeah.
make.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I remember I was doing research in like 2018 or 19, and the ATF did 86 million in tax revenue for an NFA.
Yeah.
So I think they finally like woke up and were like, oh, if we actually put effort in this and make it an online system and process these fast, we'll make way more money.
Yeah, instead of $200 per customer per year or whatever for one item.
Right.
They buy their first one, it clears. They buy 2 or 3 more because that's the game we play with suppressors.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll start out with one, and it's like a gateway drug to the, and then you'll be like, I want to try.
And then you're like, oh, the paperwork's really like painless.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no one raided my door and tried to register anything.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ATF didn't show up on my doorstep demanding to do an inspection. Some people think that shit.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
I mean, I'm sure it has too, but usually it's involved. Like those humans that have the ATF show up on their door asking to inspect a suppressor usually are there for other reasons. They're just using the suppressor as like the...
Here's the legal paperwork we have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Trafficking humans or drugs and also happen to own suppressors. They might use that as a...
I think there was recently a bust where we were sending scar mags to Mexico in exchange for drugs.
That doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that a government agency that was doing
I
that?
don't know. I saw the pictures and I kind of chuckled. I'm like, oh, I guess they need scar mags, huh?
Yeah. The cartel needs scar mags.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We know what kind of weapon platform they have. Too bad for them because that platform sucks.
I'm fine with them having it.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I'm glad we're back. We've got use of the studio. We've got use of Megan's studio.
Mm-hmm.
So we're putting it to good use. All right. Well, what should we do here? Should we jump into questions, or is there other things that we need to discuss?
First question. What is your definition of a ghost gun? How do they work? How do they withstand barrel heat without deforming? Please add Gun 101 definition, Civilian Communist Edition, your usual technical one for your military listeners.
So she wants us to like dumb it way down for her.
Are they a game changer for organized crime?
Shout out to Jay, our commie in Canada. That's a big fan of the podcast. Well, ghost guns. I wish I could remember verbatim what that dipshit like senator or congressman or city councilman. Who was the Hispanic dude that was like, or was it Trudeau? I can't remember. It was some dude that was like, this is a ghost gun. He was like holding up an AR that like they confiscated in a drug raid, and he was like, this is a ghost gun, 30,000 round,
30 caliber magazine clip.
Yeah, magazine clip full automatic gun that shoots 3,000 bullets per second.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that clip?
You know, I try to wipe that from my memory usually. that amount of stupidity just doesn't get the mental space it needs.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, so a ghost gun is...
Well, there's like, what would you consider a ghost gun, and what would you consider as the public's perception of a ghost gun, right? Mm-hmm. Because a ghost gun could technically be a real firearm where the serial's just been ground off.
Right.
There's no way to track it.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically a ghost gun.
Yes.
Nothing to do with 3D printers, nothing to do with polymer, whatever.
Yeah.
Legally, I guess that's the definition of a ghost gun, which is an unregistered firearm.
Right. That's a great definition.
Right.
It's an unregistered firearm for whatever reason. Whether the serial number's been ground off or...
Untrackable, unregistered.
Yes, correct. So, ghost guns, what was the second part of the question? What's my opinion on them?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're great. I think if we go back in time to when this country was founded, I don't think that whoever was making muskets back in the day was like putting serial numbers on things and tracking them. So I'm pretty sure the whole Continental Army probably was armed with ghost gun muskets.
Yes and no.
When did we start the serialization process of weapons? Do you know off the top of your head?
Well, put it this way. If you were an officer and you carried a double rifle made by Purdy and Sons, there's a serial on it. And they have those books dating like hundreds of years back to the first guns they've made.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're in their offices.
So they were...
Same thing with Beretta. So like these guns were a double hammered rifle made for the Taj of whatever in India. And he bought them on this date. And then we reacquired them this date later when he had an estate sale. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So
they have records of that shit.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, like your average grunt, probably not. Right? It might be like batch lot numbers. Right? Batch 100.
Yeah. 100 through 499.
Right. Not like this for this individual gun where it's on the bolt, it's on the head, it's on the barrel, it's on the receiver, it's on the...
Well, I think that I think ghost guns are fine. And in terms of like, well, I think there's follow-up questions that are I will digress.
How do they work? How do they withstand barrel heat without deforming? Well, they don't.
They don't. Yes.
The short answer is they do for about 10 rounds, depending on who makes it, and what
Yep.
the design is, and what it's printed out of, and then they don't.
Yeah. And you cannot, like, they have no.
Like, they're not accurate.
They're not accurate at all. Like, it's a tool to basically, it's like point blank. It's bad breath distance shooting is what it is. So, like, I've seen them. I've seen some of the ones that have been completely printed out of polymer and that fire 22 caliber bullets.
Yep.
I don't know what
There were even 9mm ones that were being used by the Burmese rebels against the junta recently.
Yes, there was.
There's a lot of footage online of printed guns.
And there was some dude, I mean, God bless his soul, in Europe that was like, do you remember the guy that was like wearing the ski mask that like...
I think he's still around.
No, they killed him in a raid.
Oh, did they kill him?
They killed him in a raid. Yeah, they found him and killed him in a raid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was like some European dude. He was like some European gangster that was like... He was printing... He was printing and building like some type of gun. I think it was on Vice. Wasn't it on Vice?
I think it was, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Vice did an expose on him and like met him at some undisclosed location, and he had a 9mm suppressed subgun that he 3D printed and built himself.
That probably worked.
And it worked great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. And he had, had a ski mask on during the entire interview, and they and sunglasses, and they used a voice filter on him, but the powers that be eventually tracked him down and raided his house, and he went out like a gangster. He went down fighting. Like, they had to kill him. He went down shooting. But his whole thing was like he did not like the European like oppression. Like he was really big on like our Second Amendment.
Yeah.
My thing is like, bro, like, why don't you just come to the U.S.? Like, immigrate to the U.S. If you love guns that much that you're willing to actually get in a shootout with cops and die in your apartment, just immigrate to the U.S.
Some people want GTA in real life. Yeah.
I mean, he got it. He definitely got it.
Are they a game changer for organized crime? I don't think so.
No.
In the large scheme, no, I don't think so.
You have to have a certain level of acumen in like mechanical engineering, a lot of gun knowledge and how guns work, all the parts and pieces and primers and gunpowder and bullets and viscosity and tolerance stacking and all of that stuff. And then you have to be able to 3D model, which is a skill in itself.
But you don't have to now. You just buy the printer, you go to the internet, you download the plans, you print it out, you get 5 shots off, it breaks, you melt it, you make another one.
Well, there you go. Okay.
But also, like, would a serious hitman, like, bet his life on using that as a tool?
No.
For organized crime?
No. No, because if you went to off somebody and it fails and blows up in your hand and blows 3 of your fingers off, and now said human that you just tried to put a bullet in their forehead is armed, and you have no way to defend yourself, and you're missing 3 fingers on your hand, you're probably not going to survive.
Example A, the dude that shot Shinzo Abe, the Japanese prime minister.
Oh, yeah.
He had a 3D printed gun.
Yep.
Shot it off. Got arrested. Life's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, because it didn't fire.
It did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Did he actually shoot the prime minister? Oh,
yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Did he kill him?
I don't think so. I think he was in hospital for a while. I think he's okay now. But
Oh,
there are a whole bunch of memes of like him and Trump like commiserating.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. High five.
Yeah. First time.
Yeah. First time because they've been shot. First time meme.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to stop. You cannot regulate all the technology that, what are you going to do? Are you going to outlaw 3D printing now?
Right. Or drones or.
Yeah. You can't stop technology. Technology will find a way around your laws.
And organized crime will find a way around your laws.
Right. Yeah. I mean, most criminals I know wouldn't bother. Well, they're too stupid usually to print, to go through the printing of a 3D gun, but nor would they want to use them when they can just go do a home invasion and
go take someone's gun. And go use it. Go break into if you've got a Springfield XD or a BRCC sticker on your truck, like chances are there's a free gun inside.
Correct. Yeah. Which is
like it or not.
Yeah. Which is why we don't put dumb shit like that on our trucks. So yeah. So it's yeah.
And then the whole they're plastics, you can sneak them into places. It's like, cool, but the ammunition's not.
Right. Yes.
Even polymer cased ammunition has metal things in it.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yep. And polymer, like if you try to do a polymer bullet in a polymer casing, what are you going to use for a primer? Like something has to be made out of metal. The casing because of the chamber pressure that it has to take
Yep.
to effectively fire the bullet and propel it so that it's got enough velocity to penetrate a body, has to be at a certain chamber pressure, which a plastic case is not going to. In a plastic chamber, a plastic case in a plastic chamber is not going to.
No, it's a pipe bomb.
Yeah, it'll blow up in your hand.
It's a Russian roulette pipe bomb.
Yes, it'll blow up in your hand. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think there's any stopping. There's no stopping it. There's no regulating it. It's just something that the planet's going to have to live with. Dangerous freedom, people.
Any thoughts on how they changed the 2A landscape? I.e., is this a window for government confiscation of weapons and legal manufacturing capability, i.e. seizing 3D printers?
No, I don't think so at all. They have so many other excuses that they try to use. Okay? Gun violence, even though fentanyl has fucking killed, I don't know, double the amount of people that
like
gun
per
violence.
day?
Yeah. Okay, let's maybe start with the fentanyl crisis. Then in line behind that is vehicles.
Yep.
Like cars.
Drunk driving.
So fentanyl's killing the most people in the country right now. Then drunk driving and vehicle accidents are killing the second amount of people. And then coming in probably at a distant like fourth place. I don't know what third place is, but
probably like medical malpractice.
Yeah, medical malpractice. Yeah.
Heart
attacks,
really?
heart disease. Heart disease I think is up there. Like I don't think that firearm deaths are even in the top 5. Let's look it up. Look it up real quick. Do producer things, Jamie.
There's no Wi-Fi.
Oh, no, I forgot. Okay, well, we'll have to come up with that. We'll have to come up with that data point later. But, yeah, I don't think gun violence is even in the top 5 leading causes of death in the United States. So I don't think that the ghost gun thing is a thing. I don't think that it's prevalent enough. I don't see it making headlines anywhere, you know.
I mean, it has already.
Ghost gun murders on the rise. Like I never.
It has already. They tried.
Yeah, I'd rather just use a real gun.
They tried it with polymer 80 frames. They tried it with the first generation of that British, whatever, European dudes.
Well, to your point, an unregistered gun is a ghost gun. Like, I would rather just take a real gun that I buy from an estate sale or a garage sale or a private sale where I don't get background checked and there's no paperwork and nobody knows who I am and I buy that gun. I mean, I just
if you're a criminal, you wouldn't do that.
Right, but if I'm a white collared criminal, I will go to an estate sale and I will buy a box of guns from an estate sale because that happens all the time, and I will file the serial numbers off of everything, and then I will go commit whatever nefarious act with that gun and not give a fuck.
And then go throw it in the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, correct. I'll go on a little trip to the Pacific Ocean and feed it to the Mariana Trench.
International waters.
Yes.
Good luck finding it.
Correct. Yeah. So. Ghost guns and the whole 3D printing of ghost guns, I don't really...
It's like a fun exercise in 3D printing.
Yeah, it's something fun for liberals to fucking bitch about and complain about in relatively... Jesus, I can't talk. In relative terms to wanting to confiscate or ban guns. Oh, ghost guns. They fire 30,000 rounds per magazine clip per second.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. That's not how any of that works. So, next question.
Scroll.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. Opinion on PRC's Navy's latest maneuvers, particularly in the Philippines. Noisy saber rattling or escalating provocation?
I mean, China's Navy is always behaving badly in the Pacific. Let's just
they've been building those islands for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, they just bully everybody that comes through the South China Sea because they think the whole fucking area belongs to them. You know, that whole area that I described, that if China does decide to act badly, and they will just reenact Japan's fucking conquest of Pan Asia, and they will just sweep through every island chain and just take everything up into Australia.
Well, through the straits, Singapore, because there's only so many straits that they can get their oil from, right?
Right.
But if you don't know, those islands are all listening posts basically for U.S. subs. That's their defensive radar ring.
Right.
Is there.
Correct.
Because they want to be able to see or hear or detect whenever a U.S. sub leaves Guam or does a training evolution in the Philippines or goes to Thailand.
Yes.
Or transfers from the Pacific into the Indian Ocean by way of North Australia. That's what those are.
Correct.
So there's no fucking way they will not protect those at whatever cost.
Right.
And the reason it's not the PRC Navy that's doing all these things, it's the Coast Guard. Because the Navy is provocation and escalating. Whereas the Chinese Coast Guard and their militia fishermen ships...
They're just protecting.
Correct. They're protecting their own land.
Yeah.
They're guarding their coast.
Yeah. Even though it's not theirs.
Yep. Yep.
They've just decided it's theirs.
Yeah, and the fishermen that are getting like fucked over, they have literally hundreds of Chinese fishing boats on call every day to just go and fuck with Philippine Navy, Thai Navy, whatever boats, because they're fishing boats.
Right.
How dare you attack our Chinese fishing vessels that were just in our own water?
Right. Yeah. So once again, we're getting back to unrestricted warfare.
Correct.
We're getting back to the 100-year
It's their
marathon.
Blackwater of the Blackwater Navy, basically.
Yeah. It's their way of slipping through the cracks and having plausible deniability.
Yes.
Taking action in their layered, tiered system of different styles of warfare that they're waging right now.
Yep.
I mean, I completely agree with Bustamante where he's like, World War III isn't already in progress. We're just fighting it in different capacities with different
Absolutely.
countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, make no mistake. We're not unfortunately, we're not friends with China. And as I've said many, many times, like, love Chinese people, love Chinese food, don't love the Chinese government much.
That's racist.
You're a racist. So yeah, they're up to super nefarious things. And if you still haven't checked it out yet, go read those books. Go read Unrestricted Warfare. Go read 100-Year Marathon.
Yep.
And go read Stealth War.
Yep.
Go read those 3 books and then tell me.
And then look at a newspaper.
Yeah, and then tell me how you feel about China. Okay. So China took exactly. I mean, they were in there before we even left the country negotiating with the Taliban for mineral rights.
Yeah.
In Afghanistan.
Oh, the Western states are leaving Africa?
Yep.
There's how many mines and natural resources there?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll build your roads for you. Let's build you your African Union Council.
Yes.
And tap the shit out of it with all sorts of spyware.
Yep.
And when we got caught, oh no.
Oh.
Did we do that? Oh, we're sorry. We'll pay to repair them for you.
Yeah, and then we'll just put in.
And just put in newer spyware.
Yeah, just put in newer spyware. Correct. Newer, less detectable spyware.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah. How did they find out about it? Okay, cool. We need to fix that in the next version. Oh, we removed all the old bad stuff for you, but the new stuff won't be detectable. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a.
Which comes to the next question, which was your opinions on the Chinese buying farmland next to U.S. military bases.
Yeah, we shouldn't be allowing any of that. We should not be allowing any foreign entity, not just China, but no foreign entity should be able to come into the U.S., especially a government entity or even a shell company of a government entity. Just nobody. We shouldn't even have private ownership, foreign private ownership of private land or specifically farmland.
Correct.
Like zero. So like commercial, like I could probably have a different opinion on commercial buildings that you're using for legitimate business reasons, but buying up farmland that's farmland.
Agricultural.
And is being used for agricultural purposes. And then B, it's located next to a military base. Hard no. And I don't know like why would we would even entertain that? I mean, I know why, because Washington is corrupt on both sides of the aisle, and they're just selling us down the fucking river.
No, but they're also just playing our system. Oh, we're allowed to do that?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and our politicians are doing nothing about it because they're getting kickbacks.
Yeah, but also, like, do you really think an American could go to China?
No.
And, like, buy property that is near a military installation?
No.
No, never, ever. So, same rules should apply.
Correct.
That's how I feel.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. Okay, next question. Tap, 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 tap.
What do you think of the use of drones in Ukraine? Viable weapons as deployed or stopgap for better Western equipment?
No, they're viable. Very viable weapons. Like, they are, creating a psychological warfare component.
Dude, some of the stories coming out there are terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying. Like, the hair stands up on my neck now when I, like, hear the drone that we bought. Like, I'm like...
Yeah.
I've watched enough clips now, like when we launch our drone and are flying it around, and you hear that like,
yeah, and you don't know where it is, and you're looking up.
Ooh, that is weird. I put myself in that position. I'm like, when I hear that noise, and I'm like, watch the videos that I've watched. I'm like, man, how terrifying is that? That like that buzzing may be the last thing that you fucking hear before you leave this earth in pieces.
Yeah, or just get really badly maimed.
Yeah.
Right, like the little FPVs aren't exactly killing people.
No.
Well, they are, but like...
They are, but they're also like...
It's a lot of maiming.
Mm-hmm, a lot of maiming.
Which kind of sucks, but...
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they're very viable. And like this last week, you saw them doing like what, flamethrower shit? Like they were...
Oh, yeah, they were dropping thermites.
Yeah.
Like they had thermite burners dropping thermite into the tree line to smoke people out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, where they were hiding.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like what we did in Vietnam. Like, we'll
Napalm,
the shit out of things. They're coming up with mini napalm drones now that are flying and dropping flammable agent into tree lines where people are hiding because the thick, dense overcover and vegetation is like how the troops on the ground have been hiding and defeating the drones.
Yeah, there's a video of them just dropping hell across an entire tree line.
Yes.
Russians are in that tree line. Go for it.
Yep. And there's also footage that came out this week, which we've been doing this for a while. Like, we've had man-portable weaponized drones for a while. Like, we've had that for a long time, like 5-6 years, I think, maybe longer. But this week, we saw footage of an AK strapped to a drone, strafing.
That's kind of stupid.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have an explosive on
Correct.
it. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather have an explosive, like have a loitering munition type drone. I think is a way better use of a drone. But they did strap an AK, and we're strafing a Russian trench with an AK strapped to a drone.
I mean, but then like you get into soldier things, right? Like that one's got a dildo on it.
Yeah.
Like there's no armament, but they just strapped a dildo on the bottom of a recon drone because, morbid humor in war. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are going to fuck you up with no lube.
Yes, correct. Yeah. What was the caption? The dildo of consequences rarely arrives lubed is what it said.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ukrainians did that. They strapped a big, huge rubber dick.
And no, I don't think it's a stopgap for Western equipment.
No,
I think it's a condensation of multiple roles that are needed on a user level on the ground.
Correct.
Which is basically some form of miniature air support and ISR recon. Now it's man-portable. You can arm it. Cheaper than a Hellfire, cheaper than a Javelin. Great.
Yes.
Put an RPG head on it, fly it in a tank.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yes. Yeah, they have like little warehouses where they're 3D printing the bodies and then ordering boxes and boxes of the electronics and just building them.
Think of how much money China's making off that war selling drone parts.
Yeah, they're making a ton of money.
Right?
Yes.
Like, I'm sure some of it comes from Taiwan because they've thrown in support, but it's still electronics, it's still carbon parts, it's propellers, it's... Yep.
Correct.
Receivers, signals, chips, cameras.
Little sensor package.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a stopgap measure either. I think it's necessity is the mother of invention. And as you aptly said, troops on the ground, they need cost-effective air support, and they need cost-effective reconnaissance.
Yep.
Eyes in the sky.
That's real time.
Yeah.
You're not, hold on, we have to refuel this thing, this base, fly it an hour, hang out for 12 hours, fly it back. This guy who's flying it sees it, calls the other dude, relays the information 5 minutes later. No. It's your homie down in the trench 50 yards away is launching these things and telling you what's up.
Yeah. And I would really hope that our people are really taking notes on the employment. I mean, because we were the country that spearheaded drones in a military capacity. So we used to be the dominant country with that technology, and it's just proliferated, mainly because we're also whores that's, have sold all of our secrets to everybody. All of our good defense technology gets sold to everyone that shouldn't have it.
Or they're just going to clone it.
Yeah, correct.
Like everything else.
So we no longer control the technology, but we spearheaded it. And I hope that since we're the OGs of drone warfare, we are taking good notes on like what technology and primarily, more importantly, a defense, how to defend against those, like how to start developing like drone countermeasures for our guys in the event that our guys ever have to deal with that threat from a peer adversary where they're using man-portable
but also like drones. Not man-portable miniature drones in the, hey, we can launch 50 today. In the, we launched one warhead out of a Hercules and it's got 200 on them. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, swarm.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, yes. Well, I think we definitely... because we also created swarming, we have, I think, some defense-related technology around defeating swarms. But if you're going up against somebody that's swarming, like say the Russians figure out how to do a swarm, or the Ukrainians figure out how to do a swarm,
it's a numbers game at that point.
Good luck with that. Yeah,
it's no different from hypersonic missiles.
Yeah.
If we launch 30 hypersonic missiles in one go, there's only so many armaments on an aircraft carrier to defend against that, and one of them will hit.
Yeah, one of them will hit. Correct.
Yeah. Same thing with drones.
Yep.
But it's...
Well, drones are more dangerous because they don't cost as much as hypersonic missiles.
Yeah. Correct.
So when you can produce a armed loitering drone for, I don't know, I'm pulling numbers out of my ass, but like let's say $200
for the cost of, well, if you can have an armed loitering drone, that 200 of them is the cost of one Hellfire. Right, which is $250,000 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Yep. Good luck defending that.
Correct.
Yeah. And then when you start doing really dangerous shit like adding AI with like face recognition.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being like a high value target that now your target profile's been uploaded?
COVID masks. Everyone gets COVID masks.
Right.
And the shiny paparazzi jackets. Right.
Put this on.
Modern drone countermeasures, those paparazzi Hollywood jackets that make all the pictures unusable.
Put this on.
Yeah.
It might protect you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, no. I think that's the mask issue is probably why they're coming up with like gait software. That's like
gait recognition.
Yeah, doing gait recognition, the way people move and walk.
Yep.
And identifying that.
It's all patterns.
Yeah. When we start putting AI into that and facial recognition and gait recognition and some biometrics and then swarming drones at people, and all 200 of those drones are programmed to like find that one human, you're fucked. You are fucked.
Terminator.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah. Can you imagine 200 drones swarming on you? Yeah, there's no stopping that. Even if you're in a vehicle. Like those drones will just keep hitting that vehicle until
until it stops moving and then keep hitting it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's not on fire. Yeah. Anti-tank.
Correct. Yeah.
Dunk.
Correct. Yeah, it's a very formidable and dangerous technology that's evolving at record pace right now because of what's going on with the Russia and Ukraine thing. So, I don't know, I hope our people are taking good notes and coming up with good countermeasures and good TTPs to...
Yeah, it was like we went from sticks and stones to spears and bows to gunpowder to belt-fed machine guns and horses to the power of artillery to the power of air bombardment, right?
Yep.
Owning the sky to everyone has to be underground now.
Right.
It's just the next generation of technological leap in warfare.
Yeah, and that's a great point.
At least on the mechanical end.
We may go back to having to be underground, subterranean humans if that technology proliferates. Let's put on our conspiracy theory caps for a second.
We're training for it.
Well, let's just say Skynet fucking becomes self-aware.
Well, we're not there yet, but...
But we will have to live underground.
Yeah.
We'll have to go live in tunnels to keep the machines from killing us.
Yep.
To keep them from swarming drones at us.
Well, they'll just send Matrix-looking squid sentinels.
Oh, no. No.
And we'll need giant mech suits with miniguns on them.
And this is how you get good movies, people.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a dangerous technology that is proliferating very quickly, and it's just going to get more deadly and more dangerous as time goes on. We're just going to come up with more creative ways to use that technology to kill the other team.
As is human nature.
Yes, unfortunately. What's the next question, my friend?
That was close to it. Oh,
that was it. Okay. Good questions, Jay. And then how do we feel about our next adventures? Let me see what the time on target is here. We've been going for 40 minutes. I think we could kill another 10 minutes.
What is the greatest threat to the West, internal or external, that has gone under the radar?
Oh, God. Pretty much everything we already talked about. Everything
That's what I mean, yeah.
Everything that China is doing. They're buying real estate. They are...
Undermining our government.
Paying off our officials with...
Funding the fentanyl crisis.
Yes, funding the fentanyl crisis.
It's a lot.
Taking land and territory that doesn't belong to them. Pushing their Belt and Road Initiative out.
Electronic attacks.
Yep. Flying balloons, surveillance balloons over the U.S., photographing all of our military installations, buying farmland up so that they can starve us out.
Putting countries into debt for political favor.
Yep, correct.
I mean, we do all these things too, but
right.
It's surprising how the good guys always win.
Right. Yeah, so it's, I think if you want to know the answers to those questions, go read those 3 books.
Yep.
They are our number one national security. Well, I would say the open border is our number one national security problem. And I would say our biggest threat right now is probably China with everything, all the multiple initiatives that they're doing. So it's unfortunate. But that's the state of affairs that we're in, and that several administrations, nobody's combated it, okay? Nobody can, on either side of the aisle, can point the finger at the other one because nobody's done anything to really put China in their box. effectively.
Well, they can't.
Yeah.
As by design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the only thing that you can do is start competing on the level that they compete on. I mean, we have tools at our disposal. Like, imagine if we were just like, okay, all China student visas are now revoked. Leave the country.
Well, then our university system would suddenly have a really small amount of money to work with.
Oh, poor fucking them. I guess we'll subsidize that with the government with the government money. I mean, they already do that anyway. So the government's already subsidizing everything. So they can just...
There's a reason the UC schools allocate a certain number of slots to students from Asia.
I mean, I know.
They don't have student debt.
I went to China. Or I went to design school in San Francisco, and all the students were all Asian.
Mm-hmm.
They were all Asian. Lots of Chinese students, lots of Taiwanese students, lots of Thai students, lots of Japanese students. I mean, the bulk of them were Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had Korean students. I mean, the whole of China of Asia was in my class.
Yep. Going to school in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't want to hear about, oh, we will lose money in tuition. Fuck you. Okay. I don't care. Okay. We have to do something to start leveraging a better position so that we can slow the effects of what the Chinese have been doing for the last 25, 30 years now. I mean, there's a reason Bustamonte's leaving the country. There's a reason lots of people are packing up shop and leaving the country because it's not looking good for the home team, if we're being completely honest. Our politicians are taking it. Once again, bankers, politicians, and lawyers are the reason why things are fucked up. And we're not going anywhere fast because of those three demographics of humans right there. So it'll be interesting to see how this election's going to determine a lot. But really, I don't really know what Trump is going to do to, if he gets elected. Kamala's not going to do shit. She's just going to keep taking money from the commies. So it's fine. But I don't know what tools Trump will employ to try and slow down what the Chinese are doing, to slow down and counter effect what they're doing, because they're doing so many things on so many levels. You better get real aggressive real fast, or we're going to have some massive problems in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, do you feel like that was an effective Weapons-Free Wednesday?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like it was too. Good questions from Jay. Thank you so much, Dre, for submitting those. And, we're going to try and get these out more regularly now that we're slowing down, now that house construction season is winding down. But then you're going to be back into ski building time.
Never stops.
Yeah. So
all the hats.
Well, wherever you're at on the globe, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Lone Element Podcast. We will catch you next week. Peace.